Here we go. So we're still on hiatus. We're still building the brand and coming back with all exciting series and all sorts of different things. But I said I wasn't going to post anything unless I had something worth saying. We weren't going to force content, but I have something worth saying. So I'm going to drop a video. I think this will help a lot of you. It might not help all of you, and some of the stuff I'm saying you might already know, but there will be people that don't know it. There's definitely some information in here that you don't know, and I think will really help you. So what I'm going to talk about is how I'm balancing the grind. So just a quick overview. We're on level 32 here, progressing pretty well. On Unlimited, we should be getting out the diamond tier, bar any major issues there. Limited, we're up to date, and the only other grind that I really care about, I'm not going to get into Triple Threat Offline with everyone seems to be ticking through that because of this XP stuff that's going on right now. But the only other grind is this, which is the Season of Giving to get Galaxy Opal Baron Davis, which is still a mystery player, weirdly, but it is Baron Davis. Now, I'm going to talk about the XP stuff first. This is really simple. You've got to combine your challenges. You do not need to be playing this 8 hours a day, and you have to pick the right mode. This is a mistake I've made. So sometimes I play on Triple Threat Offline, sometimes I'm playing on Rookie Domination. Some of the challenges obviously you have to do in Unlimited or do in Limited. You've got to pick the right mode for the challenges. Some of them are specified, like I said, you don't have a choice. You'll have to do them on certain modes, like these Triple Threat Offline challenges here. You can see that they're all Triple Threat Offline games. But on the more generic ones, especially when it comes to these sort of flash packs and seasonal packs, you can do it on any mode, multiple games, things like that, right? Single game, multiple games. If you're going to do that stuff, you obviously just want to combine as many players as you can into a team. Do it on Rookie Domination. It's the simplest way to do it and get it done. Now, there are exceptions. I'm going to give you an example of that now. So this Gerald Green, we had to get 20 dunks with him. I did this on Limited. I'm going to talk about it later because I was playing Limited and I only really had, I think, him and maybe Bowl rebounds or something left to do. So I'm not playing a whole game of Domination. If I didn't play Limited and had a reason to play it, I would have just waited until more players came up that I needed to do challenge with, combine them all, right? We're on a starting 5 with all challenges. We're on a bench with all challenges. So if you complete the challenges with a starter, you can bring a bench player on and do it straight away. You don't need to be playing multiple games. You don't need to be playing every day. There's no rush, just wait. Things like this, they can be done anytime. The only thing that I do is the daily challenges. So the only thing that defines my time rather than the other way around is if a daily challenge is limited or unlimited, then I have to play that mode that day. In terms of the players, as you can see, we've got sort of 350k MT. If you want to know how to make MT, I have a video I posted a couple of months ago about how I made 100,000 MT in an hour. Go check that out. I literally do that. It's the same thing. I haven't changed my strategy, so go look that up. But that's all you need. And we all know the idea of renting players by now. So I'm going to talk to you about how I do it because I don't lose MT on it, right? It's really simple. So I'm going to use Kevin Durant as the example, but I'm going to show you with Giannis. So you can see here, Giannis he's going for about 250. That's actually where he's sitting. So what I will do is I will continuously bid 220k on Giannis. If it takes half an hour, it takes half an hour, but I'll bid on every card. If I don't get him, I'll try again a few hours later, and so on and so on. So Kevin Durant was the best example because when I got him, he was going for around, I'd say close to 400k when I picked him up. I got him for like 330 or something. It was really cheap. I did his challenges really quickly, put him straight back on the auction house, made about 40k. The only reason I didn't pay market value is because I kept bidding on him, but it took 3 days. It took 3 days. Not a lot of time over those 3 days because I was doing it sporadically. Like whenever I was, say I was on my laptop or something, I was just chucking bids on for 5 minutes and then checking out. But you can do this without losing MT. Now, the second thing is with the diamonds, this is super, super important. Just wait exactly 3 days. And I'm going to give you the example. Starks, when he came out, I actually don't know what he's going for now, but I can guess. When John Starks came out, he was going for around 70k for a couple of days, right? I don't know what I'm doing here. Right, there we go. 70k for a couple of days. I paid about 45-ish. I think he dropped to that on the 3rd day. He'll be even lower than that now. I know that for a fact because it's not a desirable card. So the only reason people were picking him up was for XP. And as you can see, 29k is probably as low as 28 further down. You're going to lose maybe 2k even if you buy him at market value. Sit on a snipe foot at 26k. You're guaranteed to make your MT back. But with these scenarios, even if you don't get an amazing deal, 2K you'll probably make back in the game that you're playing to do his XP. So that's my approach there. I do combine some of this stuff with limited and unlimited. I'm going to talk about limited first. So we got the 2 rings. The actual rings took no more than 2 games either week. So the first week it took, I think it was the second game on the first week. It was the second game on the second week, the weekend just gone. But there is a caveat that I'm going to add to that. Just on that, I did Gerald Green's XP on limited because I was playing limited anyway and he fit the requirements. So I got his 20 dunks on that. So I think I only had a couple of players left. I think Gerald Green and maybe Bol rebounds or something. I couldn't put Bol into the lineup, but I wasn't going to play a whole domination game just to get those 2 things done. That's what I'm talking about with efficiency. I'm going to wait until I've got at least maybe 8 players that I need to do XP with, chuck them all in. So I took Gerald Green into the limited game and we won that and got his XP done. The next thing I'm going to talk about is unlimited. Now, this is where the advice will kick in. So I've lost 9 games there, as you can see, and there's one thing all of those 9 games have in common. They were all on a weekday. I haven't lost a game of unlimited at the weekend yet. So I was 4-0 this morning. This weekend we ran all the way through without taking a loss. We were 4-2, I think, in Amethyst. I won 5 games in a row to get out of that, and then we were 4-0 by the end of the weekend. So I think I played 9 games over the weekend of unlimited. There was a reason I couldn't play as much as I'd probably like to, which I'm going to get onto later. But my advice is not to not touch unlimited during the week, but understand that it's tougher. I don't know the exact reason, but this is my assumption. I think there's a lot of people that play limited at the weekend. The competition level between limited and unlimited is 2 different worlds. Limited is a significant amount easier, right? It just is. It's more geared towards casual players. That's not an insult. Unlimited is for the super sweats. So with unlimited, this season I wasn't going to touch it until 3 weeks in because I've always done this. I did this last year as well. I wait a few weeks because the super sweats will just get it done, get Iguodala and move on. They won't be on the game anymore, or you'd hope they won't be playing the game mode as much anymore. So therefore you're less likely to run into them. Now, I got a jump start on this because of the tiers changing, right? The remain tiers I spoke about in the last video. I'm not going to go over it again, but we're in a position now where we need to win, 3 out of 5 games to go up, right? I'd imagine we do that. I guess we do that. But today I was 4-0. I won a couple of games. They were really quick games, both of them. And then I lost, and I legit lost. This guy was good. He was really, really good. I lost by 10, I think, in the end. It was a fairly competitive game, but there was no point in that game where I felt like I was going to win. He was just better than me, and that's what I'm talking about. That's not a guy I'm likely to run into at the weekend. It's a guy I'm likely to run in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday. That's a guy sitting at home playing 2K, right? It's not a guy who's off school or off work or any of these things at the weekend and is just casually playing a game mode. So you're much more likely to run into a sweat. That's my theory. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's my theory. And it's just been accurate so far this season. So with unlimited, weekends are the key. You're in this position now with the tiers. Now, the XP and unlimited conflict is what I'm going to talk about now. So there are agendas on the XP board that you have to do in unlimited, right? Bingo was one of them. I remember that really clearly. You had to run a few minutes with him. I think Rudy Gay as well. Jason Richardson was a horrible one because that one gave me 3 losses, but it didn't matter. I'll tell you why. But you see here, I haven't done Juwan Howard. I've done his other ones, but I didn't do the unlimited one. I think that's the only one I haven't done. But yeah, there are players in here that you're going to need to, there we go, unlimited bingo. You're going to need to play in an unlimited game, which isn't ideal when you're trying to get up tiers because you can't really afford losses. So here's the trick, right? If I get to a point now where I get to 8-1, then I'll need 1 win out of 3 games, right? I'd expect to do that. I'd expect to win 1 out of 3. That's the point where I will start doing unlimited challenges. Now, I said like 9 games I lost, all on weekdays. 3 of those losses were trying to do Jason Richardson's challenge. I could not use that card. I don't know if it's just me. I found him rubbish. I just couldn't do anything with him. I couldn't hit a 3 with him to save my life. And his defense was just non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. I wasn't going to badge out the card for XP. Either way, it didn't matter because I lost 3 games. I think I don't know, I was probably in the Sapphire tier or something at that point. But I put myself in a position where I needed to win 1 out of the next 6 or 7 games. We lost 3. We went up. Unfortunately, it just didn't matter. Bingo was the same, but I think we won the game that we played him in. But I'm trying to think about the best time to introduce these unlimited challenges. Obviously, you might have to play a game now and then because your daily challenge might just be play unlimited. But if you have to insert a player into the mode, then you need to do it at the right time when you can afford to. You don't want to take a loss and miss out on a promotion or get demoted because, you know, you were just doing an XP challenge. There's still a little bit of a conflict there, but you can manage it. On the higher tiers, it's more difficult, obviously, because, you know, every loss is more important. On the pink diamond tiers, is 6 and 11, I think, 6 to remain, 11 wins to go up. By the way, we're all aware this is a mistake, right? Amethyst, 5 wins to remain, 9 wins to level up. Diamond exactly the same, and pink diamond happens to be 2 up on the wins. That's a mistake. This is supposed to be 6 and 10. I guarantee it. Pink diamond is supposed to be 7 and 11, and Galaxy Opal is supposed to be 8 and 12. They messed this up, and I guarantee you next season it'll be different. Mark my words. It'll be slightly higher from diamond onwards. This is a mistake. It's just out of sync with the rest of it. I know they said they're going to lower the tiers. That is still lowering the tiers. You know, 10 wins to 8 in Galaxy Opal tier. It's not supposed to be 7. Trust me. Anyway, I've got sidetracked. If you're on the higher tiers, what you need to do is if you do, say you've already put yourself in a spot where you're demoted, right? Well, not demoted, let's say you're stuck in the same division. If you lose 2 games in pink diamond, that's probably the best example. So you've got 10 wins max. You know you can't go up. You need 6 wins to remain. When you get to 5 wins, if you're at 5 and 2, that's the time to do the unlimited challenges, right? You can afford to lose a few games. You're already in a scenario where the reality is you're probably going to stay in that tier. So it's a good way to balance it out. Now, there's one anomaly that I'm going to talk about, which is this. I've already shown you. This is a problem. Again, why have they put mystery player when they've announced it? So I got Jar out the locker code. Got Iman Shumpert from winning the weekend. Jordan and Shaq out the locker codes. Maurice Peterson made this the most unenjoyable game imaginable this weekend. Like, I fell behind on XP and things like that because this was such a sweat. So I got my limited ring after 2 games. It took 29 wins. Now, when I say 29 wins, that's not every game I played because I lost some games. 29 wins, 29 attempts to select the right card to get Maurice Peterson. And, you know, I played Friday night for like 6 hours. I think it was 10 games or something. I was working Saturday through to 4, 5 o'clock, and then I jumped on it again. I was like, oh, well, it's got to be one of the next few. I played like another 15 odd games. Must have been 17 maybe games on Saturday. And still nothing. Sunday morning, I saw the XP challenge. You had to do a limited game. So I jumped on for a limited game. 28 wins, still nothing there. And I literally at 11:45 last night went, you know what? I'll just try one more time. And I got rage quit in 2 minutes and Mo Peterson was there. This is not sustainable. This is the exception to every rule so far. This is not sustainable alongside things like this, if it's going to be that much of a sweat. And bear in mind, I'm lucky I even got Jar. Some people haven't got him. So you could end up sweating the whole season. And pure luck could be the difference between, you know, you getting these cards or not. I don't say there's going to be multiple opportunities and things like that, but that doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Are they going to release a locker code with just Jar Morant in it? If not, it's not guaranteed. So this is a sweat. I think this weekend, like I said, it even set me back on Unlimited. If I hadn't had to play that many limited games, I'd probably be sitting at 0-0 in Pink Diamond, if I'm honest. That's where I would be. I probably would have had, you know, another 12 hours in my weekend to do other things. So that's the first sort of situation I've got into so far that I would consider quite toxic. Like, it wasn't an enjoyable weekend just grinding through that. But there's my advice. You know, with the XP agenda stuff, just combine it all. Be smart with how you work the auction house. Be patient with trying to pick up players with things like diamonds and sapphires and things like that. Just wait a few days. Combine all those players into rookie domination games. And that's how you'll get through this XP super, super quick. I mean, in a couple of hours, you can knock out 4,000 or 5,000 XP. I'm not exaggerating. That's roughly what I do. So I'm going to wait now, probably until there's another 10, and then I'll have a crack at that. With Unlimited, I can't explain it, but the weekend is your friend. I don't know if I'm going to go 12-0. I haven't gone 12-0, I think, this season continuously. I started out 11-0, so we've been close. remember with Unlimited, not only is the weekends better, but in general right now, second weekend is the sweatiest time of the season to be playing Unlimited. If you're not having a great time of things now, I guarantee in a week or two it will get better. It will get better. The more people that get Iguodala, the more people that are going to jump off this. We've also obviously got next gen, so current gen won't be as sweaty. It will get easier. So if you are ticking through the tiers right now, you're doing an amazing job. Like that's really quite impressive to be getting. If you're anywhere near sort of pink diamond, that's incredible. And outside of that, you know, these additional sort of challenges this season, the season of giving, I don't know if I'm interested. Limited is as straightforward as it always is. But you know, you can play this game, have a life, go to work, you know, have a partner, all of these different things. You can do all of that playing an hour or two a day. And like I said, there's days where you don't even need to play the game. Today was a day where I didn't really need to play the game. I mean, if I'm honest, I had a spare hour or two, so I jumped on Unlimited. That's everything, I think. Guys, we are coming back soon. I'm getting closer and closer to this relaunch. I'm just getting the ideas together. We're going to have some super fun series. You know, these kind of sweats, they're over for me very, very soon. As soon as we relaunch the channel, you won't see me grinding and sweating like this anymore. I will do it for the sake of content and I will do it for the sake of advice. But outside of that, it's going to change and we're going to have a lot of fun on this channel. I am going to drop a budget video as well in the next few days. I'm going to keep ticking through a few vids that I think are helpful. I'm seeing, you know, various comments on our social media. I feel like I can help a little bit more than I probably am right now. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys.